Ancient Egypt is a fascinating civilization shaped by the belief in immortality. Mummification is a process developed to preserve the bodies of deceased people and enable them to live in the afterlife. Ancient Egyptians believed that death was only the end of the physical body and that the soul Ka was immortal. For this reason, they used mummification to prevent the body from decaying. The mummification process began with the removal of the deceased's brain and internal organs. The brain was removed with a hook inserted through the nose, as the Egyptians believed the brain had no essential function. The internal organs were carefully removed from the body and placed in canopic jars. The heart was usually left in the body, as it was considered an important spiritual center. The body was dried for about 40 days by covering it with a natural salt mixture called Natron. This process would draw all the moisture out of the body and prevent it from decaying. The dried body would be carefully wrapped in strips of linen cloth. During this wrapping process, spells and talismans were placed to protect the body. Once the wrapping was complete, the mummy was placed in a special coffin called a sarcophagus. Mummification was practiced in different ways at different periods of Egyptian history. In the early period, naturally desiccated corpses were discovered and the method developed over time. During the Old Kingdom, mummification became more complex and reached its peak during the New Kingdom. Today, scientists learn a lot about ancient Egypt by studying mummies. Modern technologies analyze the DNA of mummies, providing information about diseases, lifestyles, and genetic origins. Techniques such as CT scans and X-rays help us examine the internal structures of mummies and understand mummification techniques. The discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb in 1922 was one of the most significant moments in the history of mummification. The young pharaoh's tomb was found almost intact and contained hundreds of valuable items. The discovery shed light on the mummification process and the rich culture of ancient Egypt. Mummification is a fascinating and complex tradition of ancient Egypt. The process reflects the Egyptians' beliefs in death and immortality, while also revealing their medical and scientific knowledge. The information we learn about mummification sheds light not only on ancient Egypt, but also on the depths of human history.